Hello everyone, welcome to Trades Talk. I'm your host, Pop Culture Mechanic. And on this stream, we take a look into the skilled trades, what it takes to get into them, what you need to know, what to expect, and just general information for you. We'll even have some pictures and videos of things I've seen out in the field, some projects I've been involved with. And before we get to that, hello to Comic Relief Crusader. How you doing, bud? Good to see you. Anyone else happens to be lurking, I'm broadcasting on Kick and Rumble and Twitch and YouTube, of course. So if you're trying to talk to me on Rumble or Kick and it's not working, pop over to YouTube. Pop in the chat here and we can talk about all sorts of things trade related. And as I so often do, I'm going to start out with the news out in industry, because that way you can sort of see and gauge how the economy's doing by what you hear of companies either laying people off or hiring more people, or whether they're building more factories or not. So let's have a look here. It should be, there we go. Because I've checked Plant Magazine and MRO, those two failed because they haven't updated any of their news. So I've had to resort to going to Canadian Metalworking. And they'll have some industry news, it looks like. Maybe something that we haven't seen yet. And welcome, DJ Ronnie G. You're on time. Look at you. Did you set an alarm or something? That's good. I was wondering if you were going to make it. Anyways, let's have a look here and see what they have for industry news. Metal Supermarkets hits 10th consecutive year of sales growth. You guys don't know what metal supermarkets are. It's like just your average Joe guy can go in off the street and get like pieces of steel cut for him. It's pretty handy. I've used them before, and yeah, it's going to be more expensive because you're doing smaller cuts and all that, but it comes in real handy. And hello to you, Kitty Bear. Where are the rodeo video clips? Rodeo? Oh, I don't know about that. It's the wrong channel, man. You don't want to see. We don't have rodeo clips here. What do you think we are? A bunch of cowboys here? That's what you want. CRC. That's where he's at. He's in the ranch country there. I'm up in oil country. It says here, Metal Supermarkets, a supplier of small quantity metals, celebrated several milestones in 2023. The company announced record sales increases, new store openings, and a striking 87% net promoter score, and the addition of pivotal new franchise support roles. Compared to 2022, Metal Supermarkets achieved a 4% sales increase, yet again breaking the prior year's record network revenue. This marks the 10th consecutive year the company has achieved record sales results. This sales increase was driven by a 10% increase in invoice count, while the improved e-commerce platform led to online sales increasing by 38%. Oh, you saw my tweet. That's what it is, Kitty Bear. Yeah, the guy cutting the pipe there and finding out what pipe strain's all about. Gave him a good ride, eh? I like that one. Oh, that was just awesome. Godzillionaire! Did you see how our dementia patient president can't figure out how to wear a hard hat? I saw that too. I'm like, did somebody put that on him backwards? There's no way he could have put that on by himself. Somebody had to help him. You never wear your hard hat like that, because freaking all the rain comes down the bill there and goes right down your neck. DJ Ronnie, you forgot to set an alarm this time? You merely remembered since you have Macross on your mind? Yes, and that reminds me, I will be with DJ Ronnie G sometime coming up, where he and I will discuss Macross. And for you Macross fans out there, this is a momentous occasion. Macross doesn't get hardly enough mention or notoriety. It really should deserve a lot more because it's such a great show. But that's upcoming. Your dad had a stroke and he's only able to speak forward sentences, and he makes more sense than... Oy, boy, yeah. I mean, I don't know about that guy. All his handlers were too dumb to fix it. Why would he need a hard hat? Yeah. What's he protecting? In addition, we'll go along with the article here. In addition, the brand expanded its North American presence with 9 new stores across the United States and Canada for a total of 122 stores internationally. Okay, I didn't know they had stores in the U.S. Have you guys ever seen metal supermarkets around? Get your own, cut to length steel, whatever you might need, whether it's like brass or carbon steel or stainless or plate steel or round ready rod, all sorts of stuff I think they have. It has also started off 2024 strong with over 10 stores in its development pipeline, including 2 that opened in early January 2024. Throughout 2023, Metal Supermarkets continued to grow through the dedication and achievements of our franchisees. They are dedicated to providing exceptional customer service to businesses and consumers in their local markets, said Steven Schrober, President and CEO of Metal Supermarkets. While franchisee efforts are always critical for our success, additional stores, improved e-commerce performance, and enhanced training and support for our franchisees all contributed to record network sales growth. Well, good. Good for them. You gotta have that hard hat photo up to prove you're blue collar. Yeah, exactly. Look at me. I'm just like you. No, you're not. You've never seen one, DJ? Okay. The Metal Supermarket has a development pipeline. Yeah. After such success in 2023, Metal Supermarkets climbed the ranks of Entrepreneur's 45th Annual Franchise 500, which is considered the best and most comprehensive franchise ranking in the world. This year, Metal Supermarkets rose to number 203, which marks its 8th year in a row. The brand has earned recognition on the highly competitive list of top franchise concepts, the highest placement to date. Past year also marked the 2nd year of Metal Supermarket's annual trade show scholarship, awarding scholarships to individuals pursuing a career in the skilled trades by attending a post-secondary trade school. Look at that. Good job, Metal Supermarkets. Launched in an effort to combat the shortage of skilled trades workers and in tandem with National Welding Month in April, the scholarship promotes trade school attendance and awareness. Okay, so it's National Welding Month in April. That's good to remember. That's coming up. In addition, the company capped off a successful year with the announcement of 6 winners of its annual Metal My Way contest. The grand prize was awarded to Angelos Glados of Nanaimo, British Columbia, Canada, for his majestic Blue Heron, while secondary prizes were awarded to winners across 5 different categories. But was it the boy in the Blue Heron? I wonder if he got his inspiration from that. So there you are, Metal Supermarkets. Very useful, handy for the average guy to go in and grab, you don't need 10 feet of flat bar. You don't need like a 20-foot length of angle iron. You might need 14 inches of something, and get it. They'll cut it for you. Cost a bit more, but it's well worth it if you're doing home project stuff and you can't, or if you don't have a place to keep steel in your house or yard or all that kind of stuff. What else we got here? Monahan Tooling Group adds Vergnano taps and hobs. I don't need 10 feet of round bar, said no man ever. No, it's that little piece you keep just in case, right? It's the 6-inch long piece that you have tucked away in a corner for that one time that you're going to need it. Ooh, these look fancy. Monahan Tooling Group has been named the exclusive North American distributor for Vergnano, a manufacturer of precision taps and hobs headquartered in Chieri, Italy. Wow, okay, so these are Italian made. A wide range of standard tap designs are available for applications such as general purpose machining, high performance, synchronized tapping, or carbide tap designs. In addition to selection with over 5,000 standard taps, Vergnano can design custom taps and deliver them with short lead times. Tap Finder, an interactive online resource, helps customers with tap selection based on materials to be machined, hole type, tap type, thread type, and tolerance. An iOS version of Tap Finder is also available for download from the App Store. Monahan will stock standard taps in their Dayton, Ohio facility and assist with custom tap design. Vergnano taps are designed for creating threaded holes for automotive applications, fasteners, power applications, electrical products, aerospace, industrial machinery, or wherever threaded holes are used. Well, look at that. Yeah, there's some pretty fancy ones there. That looks like quite the machine tap there. Threaded with the flutes on it. Man, oh man. Very good. In my career, I've only broken maybe 2 or 3 taps. It's something you do it once and then you dread it for the rest of your career. You're like, okay, I don't want to bust this off. I have to be extra careful. So you get out your rapid tap lubricating oil. You go really slow. You just by hand anyway. By hand you quarter turn and then back again, quarter turn and then back again. Just working your way through the metal, because trying to get one of these out, oh man, you are looking at hours of just frustration and anger. So I always say, just take it slow and easy, use your hand skills, and don't be too quick to hurry up and get the job done, because it's that rushing that will cause you to snap one of these guys. And it's always the really small ones. Tap that hog. You'd name your brand of hobs the Hobgoblins? Of course. It just fits so well. What else we got here? Koyo Machinery merges with J-Tech Machinery. Tooling lineup expands with larger diameters and additional lengths. What kind of tooling, though? What are they talking about here? Oh, okay. End mills and such. Big Daishowa has expanded its lineup for full-cut mill FCM tools to include larger diameters and additional lengths. The Big Plus BBT series now offers a 63mm diameter cutter. The 25mm and 32mm diameter series have extended their length to 105mm. Shank products are compatible with both Big Plus and existing BT spindle machines. In addition, the integrated structure and low cutting resistance results in high efficiency machining for grooving and shoulder milling. Okay. I know there's companies out there that are looking for the larger and longer tooling. Next-gen welding platform designed for heavy industrial welding. Let's have a look at this. Oh, it looks like an ESAB machine. It's all yellow. ESAB has introduced the Warrior Edge 500 CX multi-process welder and robust feed edge CX system. The Warrior Edge 500 CX has built-in connectivity and comes with a subscription to the InduSuite Weld Cloud Fleet Online software application. Well, you don't need that. A subscription, so you have to subscribe to the Weld Cloud Fleet Online software. No thanks. It has a rated welding output of 500 amps at 60% duty cycle. For those of you that don't know what duty cycle is, that is your on-off time. So when you're actually pulling the trigger and welding, that's your on time. So 60% means 6 minutes out of every 10 you can weld for, and then you have to let the machine not weld for 4 minutes. Otherwise, usually the machine overheats and shuts off. So if you don't want it to overheat, and 60% duty cycle is, it's not that great. Most of the time, welders will look for 100% duty cycle. So it's 60% duty cycle for Synergic MIG, flux cord, pulsed MIG, stick gouging, and live TIG. Features the company's next generation digital control electronics, more controlled arc starts, and greater arc stability to minimize spatter. Make sure your base material is really clean. That'll help with your spatter. Also, your technique. Make sure you're at the right angle. Make sure you're going the right amount of speed. That'll minimize your spatter as well. It welds in the spray transfer, spray transfer, and new speed mode. The speed mode creates a more focused arc by taking conventional spray transfer arc and overlaying a modified pulsed MIG wave form on top of it. The system integrates with InduSuite applications such as Weld Cloud Fleet and Weld Cloud Productivity to connect data, machinery, and process to optimize fabrication workflow. All that is for managers. They don't even have to go out on the shop floor to watch the welders or anything like that. They can just sit behind their desk at the computer and be like, this guy's not welding right now. Why isn't he welding? And they can tell the on-off time, how much the guy's welding, how much he's not welding. It's pretty insidious. I don't agree with that. It features new digital gas control technology called TrueFlow to simplify operation. The feeder locates material selection and configurations inside the case. Day-to-day settings, which include 3 quick job buttons to recall pre-programmed weld parameters, all managed on the clear and easy to understand front panel interface. Inside the feeder, a TFT LCD interface allows for menu-based clear text and intuitive interaction with the user's native language. Okay, well, honestly, if you want a good... This is good if they just want to set it up and get somebody that's not skilled to use it. As a good welder will always adjust his heat and his feed if he's using wire-based welding. And they can tell doing a couple of practice passes whether they have the right settings or not. If you're just going to hit a button and be like, okay, this is the setting I want, I don't know if you're going to have such quality welding then. It features an effective and quick to set up operator management system that uses RFID reader to scan operator badges. This allows locking parameter limits for the quick jobs. Man, oh man. Who needs that? You don't need an RFID reader. System works with ESAB's new Exergun, which features slim, balanced, lightweight design with soft grip area, remote function buttons on the top, torch enable adjustments without an additional cable. Torch is available with air and water cooled. Meh. No big deal. You put more fancy crap on it, it's just going to be more prone to not working. Tell you right now, guys that use just like a basic stick welder are going to be way better off. But if your Wi-Fi is down, no welding will be taking place. Yeah, Godzillionaire. Yeah. Uh-oh, can't connect. Machine won't start. That's when that thing gets junked real quick. And they go back to just like pull the trigger and the wire flows and that's it. Fire-rated safety cabinets keep contents and employees safe. Metal formers expect stable business conditions to start the year. Well, that's good. Okay. I did have to repair a fire cabinet. The hinge, the welds from the hinge broke off. So I had to pull the door and the hinge and the door and brought it into the shop and just did a quick weld job, welding the hinge back onto the door, and then I screwed it back onto the fire cabinet, and boom, she works great now. So, little repair job. Saved the company some money having to buy a new cabinet when they didn't really need one. Okay, so that's Canadian metalworking. Then I found this Canadian occupational safety. Noxious smoke forced 9 workers to seek medical attention. Navigating the threat of the Gulf of Aden. Inquest into Toronto construction site falls. See, this is all about safety stuff. So you're going to read a lot about people that are got hurt. Ontario firm is fined $120,000 for worker fatality after fire. That's it? Just $120,000? Worker found unresponsive after carbon monoxide exposure. Okay. The Ontario employer OJB Industries has been fined $120,000 after workplace fatality. Following a guilty plea, the employer must also pay a 25% victim fine surcharge as required by the Provincial Offences Act to be credited to a special provincial government fund to assist victims of crime. The worker was fatally injured due to carbon monoxide exposure following a fire in an oil-lubricated air compressor. The incident took place May 2nd, 2022, when a worker was sandblasting a metal turret in the abrasive blast room of the company's Breen Drive facility. At the time, the worker was wearing a Nova 2000 respirator helmet, gloves, and coveralls. The respirator was supplied air from an oil-lubricated compressor located in a storage container at the back of the building. I always thought supplied air had to come from a non-oiled compressor, because the droplets of air will get into the airstream and go into your lungs. So I always thought it had to be like a non-oil one. Huh. Noxious smoke from Trudeau's office makes everyone sick. Yeah, and that has far-reaching effects. Not just people in Ontario and all that, all the way over here in Alberta. It reaches and it makes me nauseous just thinking about it. What happened here is the workers noticed that the sound of the sandblasting stopped and then discovered the oil-lubricated compressor was on fire. Several workers then went to get fire extinguishers to put the fire out. One worker entered the abrasive blast room to retrieve a water hose to try and extinguish the fire. That worker found in there another worker who had been performing the sandblasting. The second worker was unresponsive on the ground with the respirator helmet still on but disconnected from the air supply line. Man. Yeah, water oil separator. We'll see, DJ. I know compressors have those, but I don't think you can get everything out of there. Emergency medical services attended the scene and pronounced the worker dead. An investigation by the Ministry of Labour, Immigration, Training and Skills Development found that the immediate cause of death was carbon monoxide poisoning. According to their findings, at the time of the incident, the oil-lubricated compressor airline did not have an inline continuous carbon monoxide monitor with audible and visual alarms that activate at 5 parts per million. Also, the RPD Nova 2000 respirator helmet that the worker was wearing does not purify air or filter contaminants, and that a carbon monoxide monitor must be used. Yeah, you can't filter out carbon monoxide. It's gonna come into your respirator. It has to be a completely separate system. But also, they're right. He didn't have a monitor on his line. The company therefore failed to ensure the compressed breathing air system was equipped with a continuous carbon monoxide monitor and properly calibrated, and so endangered the life of the worker. Yep. And you can't let companies get away with that. So they get a fine. They should have got fined more, because that's negligence on their part. So the air unit you bought on AliExpress came with a belt oil water separator? Oh, AliExpress. Say it ain't so. Probably the smoke from the compressor fire, like a monitor would have said. Yeah. That's true. It's tough to say where the length of hose was and how far away the compressor was. Also, why did the stupid thing catch on fire? Were they not taking, once again, negligent in their probably maintenance of their air compressor? Because, it shouldn't start on fire like that. Artemis Shielding expands reach in Canada with SDI Canada partnership. Radiation shielding solutions will make available across the country. Funeral for Amazon worker who died after fire alarm evacuation. Amazon getting somebody dying at their place. Come on, load up. There we go. There's a workplace death at Amazon Fulfillment Center in St. Thomas, Ontario, just outside London, including information about progress in the investigation as well as details about the victim, and calls for labor leaders to limit heat and cold exposure. This seems more like government looking for a reason to fine a company over some BS regulation they can put in, not trying to get compensation for victim's family. Yeah. If it was compensation for the victim's family, it should have been way more than that. Plus how they had to pay an extra fine in some nebulous government fund, not the victim. Yes. Yeah, I don't agree with that either, Godzillionaire, for sure. A funeral was held last week for 50-year-old Paulo de Souza Bezerra, who is a husband and father who immigrated from Brazil. A GoFundMe account was created to help his family cope with the financial toll of losing a breadwinner and raised more than $22,000. He's a wonderful father, husband, and son. He was pure joy, always sharing his jokes with everyone around. Everyone who knows this family knows how much they love each other and how much they fought to realize all their dreams together. About 1 hour before his sudden death, on January 15th, the Amazon building he was working in was evacuated because of a fire alarm. Workers were told to leave the building at 11:10 p.m. while the region was under a cold weather alert, with the temperature feeling like minus 25. With the wind chill, they were allowed back inside at 11:27. So they only spent like 17 minutes outside. About 45 minutes after entering the building and warming up in a break room, de Souza Bezerra collapsed near his workstation. Page Crowdrunning campaign says he died from a heart attack. An official cause of death was not been released. Amazon spokesperson says the incident did not appear to be work-related. Amazon says warming kits were provided to employees during the evacuation, and in a statement dispelled a rumor that employees were told they were not allowed to stay warm in their cars. Ministry of Labour is leading the investigation into the death. In a statement, the Canadian Occupational Safety revealed it issued 3 requirements to Amazon. The company responded with its own statement. As is standard practice during investigations, Ministry of Labour will ask employers for information to help their investigation. We're providing the requested information and cooperating fully. All is not known at this time if the exposure to the extreme cold is connected to Souza Bezerra's passing. It led to calls for at least one prominent Labour leader to enhance protection for workers from cold and heat exposure. Legislation is needed for heating and cooling limits for all workers, said Laura Walton, president of the Ontario Federation of Labour, in an interview with the London Free Press. With climate change, we're seeing more and more extreme weather. Goodwill on the part of the employer only goes so far. Exposure risks and hazard mitigation are commonplace for employers with outdoor workers, but maybe less so for workers who typically work indoors. Extreme cold and heat should be considered when developing, implementing, and practicing fire evacuation protocols. Yeah, I mean, if you're practicing your evacuation, let the employees grab their jackets to stay warm. Maybe these guys need to build like a muster. At a muster point, maybe they need to build a shelter or something that people can stay warm in if something like this happens. It's always climate change. I know, they just had to throw that in at the end, eh? Oh, with the severe climate change going on, it's like, shut up. Why ESG and CSR are under threat. If this is what I think it is, the ESG. Today's evolving environment, 2 acronyms taken center stage: CSR, corporate social responsibility, and ESG, environmental, social, and governance. Good. I hope they stay under attack. They're under threat. Good. We don't need them. They're stupid. They were thought up by the United Nations, and the United Nations doesn't govern over anybody. So why are we listening to what the United Nations says? They shouldn't be calling the shots in your own country. Well, that's enough of, I think, looking at accidents that have happened and deaths and all that. Let's get to a little better topic here. I found this today. This is from, I think, yesterday, the 29th? Yes. Alberta is still seeking to fill skilled trade shortage despite population boom. Top employers are getting creative when looking to attract and retain talent. Alberta's labor force grew last year at a rate not seen since the early 1980s, as the province's population continued to outpace the rest of Canada. Yet despite a seemingly deeper labor pool, many employers say they are still facing an uphill battle in their search for top talent, notably in the skilled trades. And you guys know I've been saying this for a long time. Ever since Trades Talk number 1. And I've always been saying that there's the skilled trade shortage, and we need to do something about it. In Alberta, there is a high demand for skilled labor. We are all looking for the same people, says Kim Carter, Vice President of People and Culture at Blue Earth Renewables, a Calgary-headquartered producer of renewable wind, solar, and hydroelectric power generation services for the commercial industry. And when there's only so many people to draw from, it becomes a challenge. A 2024 Outlook survey of Canadian employers by Manpower Group found that persistent talent shortages continue to impede hiring efforts, with 80% reporting they expect to have trouble finding skilled workers to fill openings this year. Extreme weather is a bigger emergency than World War I and World War II combined. At least that's what they would have you think, anyway. Richard Urema, executive editor of Canada's Top 100 Employers, says Alberta employers are not immune to these shortages. Alberta doesn't sit as an island. It's bringing people in for the accounting, law, professional services, as well as oil and gas, so it has to pay attention to the same benefits that the big banks in downtown Toronto are offering, or the big accounting firms to move people across the country, says Urema. For Blue Earth, which has been named one of Alberta's top employers for the past 6 years, the solution has been twofold. First, we have been going outside of our traditional approach of looking elsewhere, says Carter, pointing to recruiting efforts throughout Canada, the United States, and Mexico for positions such as millwrights, electricians, instrumentation technologists, and technicians. Something we've considered doing, but we've always been able to find people within Alberta. This year, it was taking longer. The second part involves pulling back the curtain on Blue Earth's value proposition. The 150-person company is less affected by the volatility of commodity prices, with typical power purchase agreements usually 20 to 25 years in length. That creates job certainty, says Carter, which pairs nicely with other benefits such as apprenticeships, mentoring opportunities, and leadership development programs. In addition, people want to be part of an organization where it has meaning. Transition or renewable energy is very attractive to a large population. At Graham, which has been recognized in Alberta's top employers competition for the past 16 years, the company has similarly seen persistent skilled trade shortages in the province. The construction solutions partner is responding by looking around the globe for new talent. CEO Andy Truick says that's only part of the solution, though. As boomers retire, he says the focus needs to be on encouraging a new generation to take their place. Yes, I agree with him. Encouragement. Have no fear, the Whoopa is here. Whoopa! Thanks for coming by, man. I was watching your stream before this one, and it was a nice chill stream. I liked it. And when I was talking about Fat Tony, well, Homer, it seems you have not given us the pretzel money. Little Fat Tony for you. We've got a very experienced workforce that is migrating out of the industry, yet many from this younger generation would rather be in the tech or service industry, says, pointing additionally to competition from the province's booming film and entertainment sector. This is the first I've heard of this province having a booming film and entertainment sector, so it was always, Vancouver was always like the film place, but, well, and maybe it's happening. You were watching me watching your stream? we are always watching, Cobra. The state always watches. So we're trying to create a differentiator, a service offering that other people obviously can't compete with, something potential employees will find attractive. Among other things, the employee-owned company has upped the ante on professional development through its in-house Builders Framework program, as well as tuition subsidies and a graduate program as a platform to develop future talent. Once you've been with us, we want to show you there are opportunities to develop and grow through our organization, says Trovick, who has led the Calgary headquartered company for the past 9 years. A lot of our people start at the grassroots level, but ultimately become senior managers. Matthew Lindberg, Dean of the School of Skilled Trades at the Northern Alberta Institute of Technology in Edmonton, says there is some hope on the horizon. He points to the new Skilled Trades and Apprenticeship Education Act, which provides improved access to apprenticeship positions. NATE also offers an accelerated trade entry program introduced in 2022 that provides support to newcomers and underrepresented Albertans interested in apprenticeship training. And Lindbergh points to new trades-based diploma programs at NATE in plumbing, welding, automotive service, and electrical installations technology that are providing learners with alternative pathways into a trades career. We've been working very collaboratively with industry partners to help make sure that they've got those resources and that skilled labor in place when they need it, says Lindberg. These initiatives have helped NAIT secure its title as an Alberta top employer for the last 13 years. The Polytechnic is also working hard to dispel misconceptions around the types of people who go into the trades. Lindberg highlights NAIT's annual Next in Trades free event series that encourages people from all backgrounds and abilities to explore careers in the skilled trades. It's about opening up opportunities and pathways for everyone, whether they are just getting started or progressing through their existing career, he says. Well, hopefully they can do something about it. Lots of encouragement, making sure people know that it's not a bad thing. You know, you work with your hands, you think with your brain. You know, you learn the skills. You work at that for a few years, and you get your journeyman, and then you're the one that's earning top dollar, and you're the one that's teaching the next generation too when they come along. You think your turtle's watching you play Stardew if she's awake. Oh, those turtles, eh? Nothing like a little Stardew Valley. All right, well, let's switch it up here. Might be seen a bit early, but I've got pictures. Well, I've got videos, actually. You guys want to see some video? I will get it all set up for you. Taken from my phone. Now, what you're going to see here, so let me capture the screen. There we go. Okay. So, for our fans that we have, they have to do a lot of cooling. So the temperature that they are close to 1200 degrees Fahrenheit. So what we have here is we use Kevlar belts. That's what this one is. This is a Kevlar belt. It's the second in a two belt setup. So we have, you know, two belts running side by side to drive the fan from the motor. And there's this one. Right.
Regular Kevlar V-belt.
So you can see it's flexible. Right.
Flexible.
And here's one here.
V-belt exposed to 1200 degrees.
This one was the one that was a little bit closer. And as you can see, it is not flexible anymore. It has been cooked. And there you can see the bands of Kevlar there. And there you go. So how that happened is the guys stopped the fan. So if the fan keeps moving, it shouldn't be a problem. But what happened is they stopped the fan, and it just sat there in the heat, and it just cooked that belt. And so once that happens, if it moves or if they try to start up, it just snapped right off because it was just so brittle now. Can you moisturize belts with oil or petroleum jelly? No, you cannot. You can use belt dressing, but that's not for moisturizing. That's if they're slipping. But if you put anything on them, they're just going to slip on the shiv and not drive anything. So, yeah, it was pretty crazy. But yes, once again.
Regular Kevlar V-belt. Used. Flexible.
So that's the second one that's behind it. This one took all the heat because it was closer.
V-belt exposed to 1200 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, there you go. Belt dressing, you'll stick to ranch. Belt dressing. Should go back to using bison leather to make belts. Bison leather. Yeah. Let's see what else I can find. You like a raspberry vinaigrette, but you hate the splash? Vinaigrette's good. I appreciate that. Mrs. Mechanic makes a nice vinaigrette. Let's see here. Work picks. Find some that I haven't shown you guys before. Tough though. Mrs. Mechanic is based and wrench pilled. He's a good one. I got no complaints. Oh, and when she hears your name, DJ, she always wants to pull out the old air horn. She's like, I'm like, it's DJ Ronnie G, and she's like, meep, meep, meep. So, she knows about you guys. She knows about all of you guys. Oh, let's see here. I find some good pictures here. I want to show you guys stuff you've seen already, though. You're flattered? There you go. Has she accepted Wupstutska as her sovereign nation? I'll have to ask her about that. I'll ask her if she wants to be a part of Wupstutska. She can be like the first lady mechanic. Let's see. Oh, I must have shown you guys when I was moving rail cars around. You guys must have seen that, but let's have a look here. So this was pretty cool. I got a suction cup and suction cup my camera to the suction cup my camera to the front window. And she'll be part of it no matter what. Only question is she will join willingly. Yeah. There we go. So driving the front end loader over to get we have to move some rail cars. So this is what you do if you don't have a locomotive of your own. You just put a little knuckle on the front of your front end loader and you drive over there and you get ready to move some rail cars. I had to be careful because I wasn't sure if the camera is going to fall off the window. It was just suction cup to the window, so. But it did okay, I think. So we have to pull some cars. That's that one. So I need a help. I need help with this because I can't do it all by myself. I need somebody to open up the knuckle at the front. This front end loader's going loco. Yeah, it is. Locomotive. I got to get onto the tracks, so I'll just back onto it. I'll line up with this car here. Nope, they're not all empty, DJ. Some are full, some are empty. We can move them. It's just you got to go very slow. Don't ever build up any kind of speed with them because you'll never stop them. There we go. And now I'm just going to wait for the fella to come along, and he will. There we go. So he opens up the knuckle, and then we got to go in for the grab. So we go in there, and you should see the camera shake when I make contact. There you go. Now you give it a pull, test pull, because you got to make sure that knuckle is secure. Otherwise, the car will get away on you. Because there is a slight incline on the tracks. And I think it took us a bit here. He's going to open it up a little better. Nope. It's a bit of a disappointment. This hookup wasn't going very well. Something just didn't want to grab. Nope. Just didn't grab on. I think we eventually get it here. I'm not sure if it's this video or the next one, but there we go. That's got it. Expensive game of pin the tail on the donkey. Could be. So when the loader goes backwards, it does have a backup alarm, so it will beep. It's push button start and all that kind of stuff. It's fairly new. So now we're latched onto this guy here, and I'm pushing it forward. So you go slow. I'm in first gear. Like you can set the loader. The motor goes backing up, eh? When in reverse. Yeah, you go super slow. These things are heavy. They don't stop. Yeah, 80,000 liters. Yeah, 21,236 gallons there, DJ. So, lots. So right now what I'm doing is I'm driving along and I'm hooking up to cars. That's why I'll stop and then I'll back up a little bit to do a pull test to make sure I'm latched onto the knuckle. And then you just wait until the operator is ready, and then he'll tell me to come forward more to meet the next rail car, because you don't want to like slam into these things. They get abused by the other like CN rail and CP rail. Those guys hit these things hard. We do not. We take care not to damage these things in any way, because we own these cars, so it's only making more work and more expensive repairs for ourselves. I think. I'm not sure if I've been asked to move forward yet or not. Okay, that's that one. Let's see what this next one says. There we go. Moving ahead now. Passing underneath the loading rack, right? So this is the loading rack they used to fill one of the cars with. And we'll just slowly move our way along. Because inertia, if you don't know what inertia is, boy, you sure learn with this thing. And then I think they have to go and let the brakes off. And when that happens, we'll move forward again to connect to the next rail car. I'd like to get a better battery for this camera I use. It's just a Canon camera. Okay, so we're backing up now. Must have grabbed onto the rail car, separated them because I stopped again. You can see how the rail car went forward again after I stopped. So it's like I say, there's a lot of inertia behind that. This thing that does, they do not stop easily or on a dime or anything like that. Disconnecting. I think he put the brakes on, and now it must be going around to grab another one. Okay, I'm gonna back onto it, I guess. Grab them all. Okay, so I'll be pushing this one into place, I guess. And it's funny, you see how the thing goes side to side. That's because the loader pivots in the center. That's why everything looks, why this all of a sudden, the front knuckle here will move out of the way and then move back again. Just because of the way the loader articulates in the center. Okay, so we're going to grab onto this guy and probably push him back into place, I guess. There we go. we'll pull back, and there you go. First time, grab the knuckle, hooked up. And he's going to go take the brakes off. And once that happens, we'll be able to push this guy back into place. There we go. Very slow. And I believe he's going to line it up with the filling rack. Make sure that I get it in there. Or actually, we're probably pushing the other ones back into place because they're being stored at the very back of the rail yard there. So we'll push those ones into place, and then I'll pull this one into filling position. Nice and slow. That way it's easier to stop. Oh, there we go. Okay, no, so I'm not pushing them out of the way. It's just... Yeah, there was a little bit of a shake as I had to stop quick. And he's going to put the brakes on. You got to ease into it. Yeah, Blaine, exactly. And this one. I think I'm all done. Now I'm going to head back. Because we borrowed this loader from one of our sister sites. So you got to watch out for clowns crossing the road here. And there we go. I'll just take this thing out onto the main road here. Make sure nobody's coming. Oh, we got flashing lights at the railway crossing. Just gonna stop and look, make sure no train's coming. I think the top speed on this thing is like 30k an hour, 35k an hour, maybe 20 miles an hour. Not built for speed, that's for sure. Got to share the road here with the big trucks. And there we go. There you are, moving rail cars there with a front end loader and a knuckle. I mean, it's pretty basic thing, but it's fun for me. I don't mind it. It's something out of the ordinary. Anytime you have to move your rail cars around. Anything bigger than that, though, you got to call in CN Rail or some other rail company to come in and move your cars for you, because they own the track, so you're not supposed to go out onto their, like the siding that we have. That's fine, but when you go if you go onto the main rail, that's theirs, and they handle that stuff. So we don't need to get in trouble for that. Silly things like that. Well, all right, everybody. I think that's going to be it. I'm going to wrap her up here. That was Trades Talk number 66. Execute Order 66. Good. Yes. Get the Jedi. Yeah. Thanks for everybody that came by. And like Comic Relief Crusader, nice to see you, CRC, and Kitty Bear. And DJ Ronnie G, of course, and Godzillionaire. And Whoopa! It's always good to see you, Whoopa. And of course, Blaine, right at the end there. Always nice to see Blaine pop in. So yeah, just do me a favor, you guys. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Tell your friends, spread the word. Say, hey, there's this guy. He's into the skilled trades, and you can learn about it from him as well if you tune into his show on Tuesday. And there's other good content creators out there, people that I watch, like Pacific 414 and Blaine's Escape Corner, Ronin66, DJ Ronnie G, who's in the chat as well. There's Brandon the Anime Guy. There's Angry Canadian. And Whoopa, who had his stream before mine. He was playing some Stardew Valley. And Punk Waddle, you can find him at Floral from Under a Rock and on Snowdub's channel. Coming up, Saturday, game day, playing Golden Sun. We're getting close here. I think I have to grind a lot more to get my levels up, because the two people I'm going after right now, the two bosses, are super hard. Man, I need some more leveling at Blaine. I need to level more for that. And then Sunday, anime chat. It's a new month. It's a new theme. What's the theme? I'm afraid you're going to have to tune in to find out. I can't tell you right now. Otherwise, I may have to eliminate you. But tell everybody else to show up too, so they can see what the theme of the month is. You'll eventually find out. And then finally, we circle around again. Trades Talk Tuesday, the first Tuesday of the year first Tuesday of February, where we continue on with more talking about the skilled trades and seeing what's out there, and telling the younger generation how important it is. You need the skilled trades. You need them. It's a fact. You can't get by without them. It makes life a lot more difficult. During this cold snap, if I didn't have a skilled tradesman, my furnace would have been toast. It wouldn't have worked. Or my pipes wouldn't have been, taken care of properly without a plumber. So there you go. Right off the bat, two different kinds of skilled trades, guys, I made use of during this recent cold snap. Didn't have the skilled trades, guys, life would have been really miserable, and wouldn't have been good. But yes, I hope you'll join me on Saturday for the game stream. Coming up, I will be doing a collaboration with DJ Ronnie G on his channel. We will be talking Macross, Super Dimensional Fortress Macross. And I'm not sure how deep dive we're going to go, but I'm ready for it because I am a super fan of Macross. I have tons and tons of Macross stuff. And I should actually show you. I should show you guys. I should give you a treat. I'll give you guys a treat. I have to find out where it is, though. Is it here? Is it right here? It's okay. All right. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, one more time here. One more time. I'm gonna capture the screen. Play capture. And I have a bunch of extra video footage I shot for my Macross 40th anniversary. Like, come on. There we go. Some of the comic books I have. And other books, not just comics, but just all the different times. So I did a panning shot there. Couple of CDs. Huh? Look at that. Share an Apple from Macross Plus. This one. Oh, a different shot. Yep, magazines, DJ Ronnie G. There's Macross Frontier, Macross Do You Remember Love, Robotech graphic novel, the 1996 comic book calendar signed by Sean Bishop. There's Macross, the official comic adaptation, Macross Frontier, Anime America, Macross Perfect Memory, New Type. No eBay, DJ. No eBay. I bought these all in person. What was this? Oh yeah, the pan buy. I did a couple of pan buys just to see what it would look like. Just trying stuff out. Some Macross toys. There's a Valkyrie. There's another Valkyrie. There's a small one. There's the Macross itself. This is like a little Pog. And then I can't remember. I zoomed out to something else maybe, or oh yeah, just the toys. A little better look at it. Super Gearwalk. Oh yeah, here you go. T-shirt. Yeah? Bought that one back in 1995. Want to do a little bit of a cool pan of that design on the t-shirt. Oh, video games. We got the PS3, the 30th anniversary, and then Robotech Battlecry for the GameCube. You're hearing the bumper music when you see that shirt. Yeah. Na 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 na. Is that all the ones I have? Yeah, the rest are video clips, which I don't want to use because I'll get freaking dinged with a claim. Okay, and these ones are... First time I had them standing up, then I decided to try them lying down. Do I prefer either game? The Battlecry one was easier to play because it was in English and a little bit easier. The Macross 30th one is a little tougher to play, but it's got way better cutscenes and I can't understand it. But you're buying those games this week? No joke. All right then, that'd be awesome. You thoroughly tested Macross clips on stream? Yeah, no, you get dinged right away. Like you're gonna get just claimed. So I don't even bother. I had to resort to using just still images on my video for the 40th anniversary. So, oh well, there's a little extra treat for you guys. Something to look forward to, especially when me and DJ get together and do our Macross stream. It'll be really fun stuff, I'm sure. And I can show those again if you guys didn't see them good enough. When on the next time when DJ and I get together, I'm sure some of the people that that come to see his streams will like it as well. Anyways, I should get moving along here, everybody. It was a fun time. I hope you had fun as well. I know I did. And I hope to see you guys on Saturday for the game stream. But until then, I've been Pop, and I am signing off.